Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. My wife and I are still playing the season 14. A little bit of progress, not too much, thanks to World Cup. This weekend, I think yesterday wasn't any match after the group kind of match. So we managed to progress a little bit. One of you asked if we team up with other people to play and do videos as well. Well, sometimes we do actually. Last night I went with my friend Dupe as well as Vince as well, and four of us did some Glitter Rift together. Of course, we did Glitter Rift that's even higher than what I could normally do, but I thought from a video perspective it's not that, I don't know whether it's fun to see me following people or not, I don't know. But my wife is interesting because she started off trying the DMO build because that is what the season journey has given to her. But she definitely hated it a lot. So she managed to just change her build a little bit into Archon, but then without the set for Archon, it doesn't quite work out the way that she wanted to be. So in the end, long story short, she said, well, she realized that sometimes it's better if you just do a top build, because if you do the top build still, you can really kill things really fast without having to worry about is it good enough, is it not good enough. Now, unlike the Demon Hunter, which last season I picked the not top build, it's just a high tier one, and it was rather effective, so I didn't really have any regret not picking the top build for Demon Hunter. But I think Wizard is somewhere like a Crusader. If you don't do the top build like Condemn for Crusader, it just doesn't quite make it. Now I've done all that I can with the DMO, and I think this is probably the last video I have on DMO. I'm not quite sure, because I think I would like to transit to either the Firebird or Terrasha build gear set. I think I've got almost everything there. I'm not quite sure how much I've got, but I think I've got quite a number of them. I think once I get the whole set, I will be pretty sorted. My wife, though, she hasn't really got the whole set yet. Only 5 of the 6, or 5 of the 7 for Firebird. But she told me that she's done pretty decent in what she's doing. Now back to my DMO build. From the last video until now, what changes? Well, the one is this is build defining. So every time when I do explosive blast, my damage increased by 10%, 20% in damage reduction. So 20% damage reduction stack up to 4 times. Because the explosive blast I can do like blast 3 times. So I usually get 3. So 3 is like 60% for the damage reduction, and the slow time will give me additional 60%. But it doesn't seem like I'm invincible. So I think there must be some formula going on, because I really don't quite understand how this percentage works, because I do have 3 stacked, which is like 60%. I do have 60% here. So is it like 60% off 60%, or I don't know how it works out, but definitely I'm feeling the heat in terms of the Glitter Rift. Or maybe, before it even prop the 60%, my character is already dead by all these arrows and whatnot. So it's very, very fragile, very glass cannon. Another one that I've got is the conversion of element, which by and large is one of those endgame ring that everybody just have it in many of their build. And it's getting a little bit, I wouldn't say boring, but it's just a little bit less variety, because it's every season we go, it's either the conversion of element and or the compass rose traveler pledge combination. There aren't really a lot of like deviation from it so far from what I've seen. So I don't know if there is a Diablo 4. I really hope that there are some other variety for endgame gear, rather than everybody just doing the same ring and amulet, or similar to it. There must be some variation out there. It's just that we haven't encountered that many of them. All right. So I'm just going to do some Glitter Rift here with my wife, and she's doing it's sort of like a Firebird kind of like build with a Frost and a little bit of Meteor, a little bit of Missile. Now she hasn't got a whole set yet, so the Meteor doesn't really fire off automatically compared to I think if you get a whole set, the Meteor, or if you get the build defining items, the Meteor will fire automatically. So but she's still having a lot of fun, but I'm pretty sure our playstyle is not that compatible, because I need a more slow progression across the map, but she actually favor for things that teleport around and just destroy the elite pet because just because there's no generator for her, the spirit generator or the essence, the arcane power generator. But anyway, we did Torment 13 level 60 last night with friends, but definitely the two of us, I won't be able to do it. I can only do up to 35 with my full set and items. I can do actually, I can do not 40, but 40 will certainly incur some death, and every death I've got reduce my chance to sort of like get upgrade of gems. But let me just ask my wife. I mean, I think she has solo so far at 33. So would you like to try 35 or 40?
35 first.
Okay, we'll do a 35 first. And just for fun, okay, armor is on. Yeah, I mean, if the slow time is there, it's actually quite good. It's just that when it comes to the higher rift, it's a little bit challenging. Ooh. So the explosive wasn't close enough to trigger the. Maybe this one will, look. So 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 60%, with the slow time supposed to be 120% damage reduction, but I don't know how that worked really, seriously. I'm still taking quite a lot of damage, as you can see. So definitely it's not 120% damage reduction, less than that, to be honest. This bull will charge and it's usually one-shot me, so I'll try not to get one-shot here. Normally I won't rush for like health glob, but for this build I do need to. I found that. So I'm trying to do an explosion here. So 2 stats, well, I'm supposed to be invincible, but obviously not. So maybe it's just a way that I interpret the Diablo datasheet a bit different from what the design is meant to be. It could well be, I mean, they may have a different formula to convert the damage reduction to actual damage reduction. Not quite sure, but yep. There's an elite there. Yeah. So according to my wife, she's a bit more effective. So I'm kind of like looking forward to do a little bit of higher rift with her once that she got her build sorted, and I'll do a little bit of catch up as well, because obviously this whole DMO is not working out for me, and the alright, try not to. Yeah, I mean 3 stacks of explosive blast buff is still quite yeah, it seems quite fragile. I mean, this is, by the way, it's quite a low rift. Normally, when I have a full set item plus an ancient item on for weapon plus a bit more than everything else, I can probably do for 45 to 60. Usually, it's not quite a problem, but it's just a little bit. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, all these things are a bit of testing as well. Yeah, that's done. So there's 3 stacks and the slow time as well. Yeah, as you can see, I'm taking quite a fair bit of damage. on 100%, 120% damage reduction. Interesting. So we are two-thirds along the way, and let's see where things goes. So how's my wife doing? You doing okay? Are you struggling? Huh? No, she says she's not struggling. Try to wait for me. Whoa, this is like yeah, no. I'm just trying to stand there and see how much damage I can take with the 120 damage reduction kind of thing. And if anybody were to ask me who are the favorite classes for season, right? So I thought it's quite interesting to talk about that. I think for me, the most favorite so far has got to be Demon Hunter, just because of pure damage as well as the survivability that go along with it. So I thought that was quite a fun kind of like class to do. Yeah. And I think the next one definitely is going to be a Crusader. Crusader is a Necromancer. Necromancer was really, really fun. By the way, Slow Time has quite a nice kind of special effect. That's one thing that I really like. And I'll kind of miss. Had it been more effective, then I think, I'll probably stick with the DMO, to be honest. Necromancer was fun. It's just that the speed is not as fast as a Demon Hunter, although it's also very effective, very, very, powerful, actually, I would say. I'm not quite sure whether it's fair to say that the Witch Doctor is a good class to play, because it was the same season I had with the Necromancer, so obviously I have a high Paragon point. And I have all the material to craft whatever that I want to craft. So it's in a way, I'm not quite sure whether it's a good comparison or not, but I do find that the Witch Doctor was rather fun and rather tanky as well, and I kind of like it, how thing. Yeah, I don't know between Crusader and Wizard which one I probably like less. Try not to die here. Ooh. Yep, that's done. So 7 minutes, 8 minutes left. Not too bad, I guess. I can't upgrade this guy. I cannot upgrade this guy, so I'll upgrade this guy instead. So yep, so that is Good Riff 35, I think. It was 35. Can I close it? Can I close it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so there's a new item. The inner sandals. I'm not a monk, so that is not quite useful. I've got the increased time. So none of these are really useful stuff. So another thing about the progression is that if I'm not like doing higher difficulty level, I find that the gear is actually rather hard to come by. If the gear is hard to come by, then the material is hard to come by. If the material is hard to come by, then I find that it's rather hard to progress. But I mean, I'm not in a hurry, like I always said. Let's see, 1 point here. So my Paragon is over 200. So I managed to just max out one category. Have you?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Have you upgraded your?
Have I upgraded my gem? I'm such a noob. I think I have. Maybe I did 3 times instead of 4, is it? It's so funny because, okay, so confession, right? So normally when I go, like last night when I go out with friends, I just do 3 times the gem upgrade because, definitely the wizard will get kill once at least. But seems to me that this time round it didn't quite, well, I earned 4 times, so that's fine. But I think I am, I'm just upgrading a gem for fun. Maybe I should upgrade the gem for the, I think this is the one that is more for the build that I aspire to. So unless something quite miracle happens in terms of, that I'm liking the DMO build, I probably get out from it. Or maybe a damage reduction, right? There's a maximum stack to it, so maybe there's a hard limit to it, maybe. So where's the damage reduction? So the damage reduction, maybe there is a hard kind of reduction that it cannot go beyond a certain number. That probably explains why I'm unable to I have 60% damage, reduced damage while you have a slow time. Or it would mean that so maybe that's another way to interpret this, is that if I'm getting 1 million damage, 60% would be mitigated by slow time, another 60% would be mitigated by the explosive blast, which is another 60%. So maybe that worked that way. So I think in that sense, it kind of makes sense that it's not 100% reduction. Of course, it's too good to be true. But I'm trying to figure out how much damage reduction are we talking about, because I'm really feeling very fragile when I go up to a little bit higher. So maybe to round up the video, let's do a level 40, just see how well we flare, and see whether we are able to do it or not. So now this one will be a little bit harder. Let's on the armor, and I'm not inclined to do it too fast here. So this oh, yeah. I mean, the thing is that if you are looking at the kind of level that we do, so that prop the final surface, no, not final surface, whatever that I'm quite sure this is not going to work out. We'll see. I don't know what happened. I think some of the Hell Globe. Nope. So yeah, the struggle is real. Once you get to the 40, it seems that it's a lot harder. It's just a lot harder. Alright, let's just move on. Ooh. It's a little bit more intense, more hectic, because but it's kind of funny though, because it's just 5 level above and I'm having full sets with rather some of the build defining kind of like stuff. So it's the struggle is real, what I want to say. Of course there are still some items that I'm collecting. Now this is the arrow that you can slow down, but in general it's actually rather hard to dodge some of these things. Whoa.
I wish I could do that.
I also wish I can do that. Oh, okay. So that is yet another pop. Yeah. So there's an arrow coming here on my way. So I mean, that is a fanciful thing I like about DMO, but definitely not very. Whoa. Wow, so that's it. I was trying to get to the help globe, but I couldn't. So yeah, I mean, taking quite a fair bit of damage. I think once I get the Traveler Pledge, it may improve. But I mean, if this build is struggling at this kind of level, I feel that it's probably a little bit hard to bring it forward to anywhere. So I am definitely abandoning this deep build once I figure out how much of the gear I've got, and I'm hoping that other build is getting a little bit better, to be honest. Ooh, yeah, it's one hit is actually quite damaging for whatever reason. So he's going to jump on you. Yeah. Okay. So progress still alright. It's still ahead of time. I tried the 45 though, by the way, and it didn't turn out quite well because just because it seems quite slow for me to do any damage. Whoa. It seems to me that my wife is taking damage better than I do. It's funny because I'm a DMO build, supposed to be rather good at damage reduction and all, but it's just one of those things. I'll show you my. Hang on. I'll show you my health later. It's about, I mean, close to 700. Whoa. So that is yet another one on me. Well, it's my mistake. I stood there. But yep. All right. There's a power shrine to it. I think it's the other way around, maybe. Whoa. There's a lot of stuff here. I think, yep, this is the end. There's a lot of buff here. Curse of Rust. Wow. Armor decreased by 50%. Not very wizard friendly for this kind of debuff. Okay, and let's continue this testing journey. So yeah, okay, fine. Now I can understand how the damage reduction works. Maybe it doesn't stack. So, okay, fine. I mean, 60%, then multiply by another 60%. It's still not 100%. That's how it means. Oh, I need to take care of my wife. Ah, don't stand there. Yeah. I think you need to back up a bit because you already have the debuff, so you shouldn't go in front too much if you want to stay on deathless for them upgrade. Yeah. So there's a white icon on the right hand side once your character prop the passive. Yeah. now she said, oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So she just didn't know that there was an icon. And there's actually a screen effect as well as you prop that passive. The whole screen kind of like has an explosion as a wizard, so you can actually tell if someone propped that. All right. Well, definitely a lot of popping of potion for sure. Whoa, so these are all the projectiles that you're supposed to not rush in. Yes, I'm trying to tell my wife that there are all these projectiles that is rather painful if you rush it in. I got feared. Ooh. Whoa. This is pretty hard for a minion. Yeah, slow time is kind of nice, and my wife dive right into the projectile. Is it shield?
Shield, yeah.
Okay, let's just go. These are just, and that is a big one. Okay. All right, let's move on. Shoot it, so can just go along the way. So 2 stacks. Yeah, I think it's because of the range of the explosive. It's actually rather hard to proc all 3 of them, to be honest. Okay, shield is coming up in just a moment, and we'll see whether I can rush it to before expiry or not. Okay, so no shield. Perdition. Whoa. Come on. Oh man, this is tough. Okay, so that is the prop for the fine. Come on. Yeah, so anyhow, well, not the most glorious kind of fight, but it kind of worked. So that's why I am kind of determined to. I think I'll just like go for the. Is it Taeguk for the gem?
Taeguk.
Yeah, Taeguk. So I think I'll just go for the top build. There's no point messing around with this anymore. So yeah, I hope you kind of enjoyed watching and got a sense of you know how this whole thing goes. At least the season perspective for the 2 of us. So I think for DMO, without all the BIS, of course, I can go up to 40 the most. I think 35 is where I'm comfortable in doing. Anything more than that, I think it's just not that fun, because you know, when you get defeated inside a dungeon, you get only like, you know, a few, like three upgrades instead of 4. So that kind of progression is never too nice. I mean, legendary gem is sort of like very, very important as well. So yeah, so next video you probably see me transiting to the other build, either Terra Russia or Fiber, and just show you guys something different as well. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoy Formula 1, which is this weekend in Austria. Hope you enjoy World Cup, starting of new group, kind of like matches, and hope you enjoy the season 14. All right, see you next time. Bye.